Hello, I'm Pamela Marshall at the Wellness Network. You remember that song Andrae Crouch did, "If I Never Had a Problem, I Would Know That God Could Solve Them. I would know what faith in God could do." We are 26 days left. We have 26 days left in 2021 as we are counting down, getting ready, getting rid of the dirty laundry that we've been carrying with us because we don't want to take it into the new year. My son Brennan was in the Navy and he went through basic training. And one of the exercises that he had to do, he had to gear up in all of his gear, fully dressed, his weapons, and they dropped him in the water. He had to learn how to swim with all of that equipment on. And it was very difficult at first. He had to go through some things to learn the skills of swimming fully geared up. Um, and I think about us. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be odd, rather, if you saw somebody getting in the swimming pool fully dressed with armor and their weapons and all their clothes on and their boots? You would find that to be pretty odd. Well, see, the exercise that the Navy put those soldiers through was an exercise so that they could build muscle memory. They could build muscle memory if there was a time that they did get in that situation where they had to be in a body of water and had to swim with all of that gear on. We go through our trials and tribulations and we are loaded down with all the worry and concern that we have. And we have muscle memory of God bringing us through things. So when we get to our next test, our next trial, I have to ask myself, and I want to ask you, why do you put on all that gear again that you already had to exercise, that God will see you through it? I think sometimes we get confused and we think that this problem is different from that problem. See, the situation is irrelevant to the fixer of the situation. And the commonality in all of this is, where is your muscle memory? Because you've been through the exercise before, just as the soldiers in the boot camp went through the exercise of having all their gear on and having to swim. You've been through the exercise before. You have the muscle memory. So why do we put on all of the stuff again? And I can only imagine what Brennan's chief would have said to him if every time he went swimming, he saw Brennan with all of his gear on. It's like, "Sailor, why are you doing that? That was an exercise. You know how to do it. We're moving on. You don't always have to put that gear back on." And imagine God looking at us as we have our trials and our tribulations, and we put all of the stuff back on again. And God is looking at us saying, "You don't have to put it back on because I've already shown you what I can do." We think maybe that once we get through something, this is going to be it and the rest of it's going to be smooth sailing. Nope. Not only did my mother say, "Don't take dirty laundry into the new year," she also said, if you ask God to increase your faith, you better be ready because He will give you an opportunity for your faith to be increased. And trusting that God will do it is a form of praise. David said, "Many are my persecutors and my enemies, but yet will I trust in you." As we look at the things that we need to, hello and thank you for watching. As we look at the things that we need to get rid of, examine God's record. Go back to our muscle memory of what God has already done. And it takes some practice. It takes some practice of just removing ourselves and going back and getting into the conscious memory of being in the presence of the Lord. Even though things can knock us off track. Just get back to that muscle memory of being in the presence of the Lord. We have been given specific trials. We've been given specific tests orchestrated just for us. So our challenge is to look at every situation as just another test. It's only a test. Am I going to trust God? Am I going to trust? 26 days left in 2021. I hope you'll join me in getting rid of the dirty laundry so that we're not taking it into 2022. Good to see you. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Pamela Marshall at the Wellness Radio TV and at the Wellness Radio TV podcast. Remember, there is healing at the well. Make it a fantastic